Well, we're here in Birmingham at the Birmingham Guitar Show, the biggest guitar show in the UK, and I thought we'd go and take a look at what's on offer. I'm here at Patrick James Eggle Guitars with Patrick himself, and you're just going to show us a couple of your instruments.
I am, yeah. So, over here, this is a Macon carved top semi. So, it's our classic Macon shape, carved top, semi-hollow, hence the name, obviously. So, reduced in weight, this one, I have to put my glasses on. I can tell you the exact weight of it is 6 pounds 11 ounces, so under 7 pounds. It has a 4A maple top, one-piece Honduran mahogany back, Honduran mahogany neck, flame maple neck binding, rosewood fretboard, and mother of pearl frame inlays. There you go. Oh, and a matching headstock. How about that? This is an Oz. But again, it's a carved top Oz T. So a classic shape, which we all know. Semi-hollow. Hardtail bridge. Two PAF humbuckers. Pickup selectors via a three-way toggle up here. Honduran mahogany back. And a black limber neck, which is a little unusual. Black limber neck and an ebony fretboard. There you go. The only other one I can reach at the moment is this, which is Pomeli Sapili, front and back. It's actually cut from the same piece of wood. So this is cut from one piece of wood. So it's a one-piece top and a one-piece back, but they used to be one piece of wood actually. So the top was sliced off and it was carved from the inside and then glued back on, and you can actually see where you see the traces of where it's the same piece of wood, where the grain is matching up again. So Pomeli Sapili body, Pomeli Sapili inserts to the frames, and a master grade roasted maple neck. There you go. 7 pounds 6 ounces. This is a Macon, again, with a master grade quilted maple top in viola purple. Rosewood fretboard, trapezoid inlays, matching head plate, and an aged back. There you go.
We're here with Karl, Longbottom Guitars.
Hi.
And we're going to take a little look at what he's got.
All my top row hollowed out guitars, so that'll be the lightest S-type you've probably ever picked up in your life. Baritones, bass, fulvia, all hand-wound British pickups.
And out of the bunch here on the wall, which would be your favourite?
I like them all for different reasons, but I would probably gravitate towards the fulvia. So I have my own design, offset, Firebird pickups from somewhere, absolutely gorgeous. Not many people have been involved with Firebird pickups. Loads of people say I've never played them. They're amazing. The clarity you get out of them, fantastic. So, yep. Body contours, plain maple. Baritone, even prettier neck.
What's the scale length on the baritone?
That's 28.5 inch. So with, again, some Bairtrons. Obviously a Philotron, but it's take on a Philotron, so the twang you get with them combined with a baritone scale length works very well. Fully hollowed out, fully chambered, just over 5.5 pounds.
And the body is like that one there you've got on the wall, completely hollow.
That is the base concept of it. So it's channeled out all down the middle, bridge that's there. On the S-Type it's exactly the same, but it's completely taken out. House grain going that way, housed into these joints. And I don't know of anybody else doing a hollow S-Type with full body contours and a trem system. There may be, but I'm unaware of them. So
Karl Longbottom Guitars.
that's it.
And we can find you on any social media?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. I'm Karl Longbottom Custom Guitars on Instagram. And Karl Longbottom Guitars is my website.
Great, thank you.
Thank you very much.
We're here with PJD Guitars, and they've got a new model. And you're going to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, hi there. I'm Matt from PJD. This is our new Valhalla Standard. So these retail at £1,299. They're made in-house by us in York. The body's a beach chase, so really lightweight. This particular example's around £7. Our custom hand-wound P90s, silkscreen decal. There's a slightly different neck profile on this one from our current standards, so a slightly wider fretboard and a slightly narrower neck in terms of depth. We bolt our necks in at PJD, we don't use wood screws, so incredibly sound neck joint and transference of tone through the guitar. Yeah, cool. Custom hand-wound pickups and a new offset shape from us.
Very nice, thank you.
Cheers, mate.
We're here at Valiant Guitars. Now, you may have seen these guys at NAMM, but we're here again. They've got some cool guitars. We're going to take a look.
Hi, pleased to meet you, Keelan. How are you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Again. Right, so yeah, we've got a new release. We've just started doing the single series, single coil, 3 single coil Soothsayer. We've got a very simplified 5-way switch as usual, but just with one single tone and one single volume, so it uncomplicates it. We've still got the obligatory 6 individual bolted nuts, so you can adjust the height of the nuts individually, so the strings can be raised or lowered to whatever you want, so you never have to purchase another nut in your life. As standard, all come with locking machine heads, locking tuners. We've got the truss rod adjustment in the centre of the neck, so ease of access, and then everything else on it, as you can see, is duralinium with the nitro finish. Also,
These come in a relic finish as well as
a standard. Yep, we've got a standard finish there, which is the normal. With it, that's got a go-to trem system on it as well. The go-to 510 tremolo system. We're trying to keep everything the best as we possibly can. Over here we've got the Jupiter range, which is, as you can see, we've got the in-series, parallel and single coil options on each pickup, which gives you amazing versatility with all your, obviously, sounds that you want to get out of the guitar. These models are actually, the distressed Jupiters are probably our best selling range. They really are very popular. We've done that's with the hardtail. Everything on that guitar, every single thing on that guitar is made by us.
Even all the hardware?
All the hardware, even with all the hardware on that one. Apart from the tuners, which are I believe they are the...
We're using the ratios.
Ratios, yeah,
like
the ratios.
Doro 510 series in most of the cases.
Yeah, that's the ratios tuners on that one, which it's a fantastic guitar. And
this here, this is kind of like the guitar player's bass.
Exactly that. It's a 27-inch scale, but you've still got the beauty of being able to play a proper bass rather than obviously a higher strung thing. It tunes perfectly, and the tension of the string keeps the tension in the strings as well. Yeah, it's one of our, again, another very popular one for the guitarist or somebody who wants a little bit of difference in their bass collection. Yeah, very true, very true. Moving on, this is where we move on to the Mercury. The Mercury is similar to the Jupiter, but what we've done here, it looks like 2 single coils, but it actually isn't. It's basically a separated humbucker. So what you've got is 2 humbuckers, but you've got a split humbucker, again with the same mechanism of single coil, parallel and in series. So there, when it's in single coil, you're using this option, but obviously when it's parallel and series, you're using them both together, again with a 3-way switch. We also, in the tone, when the tone is fully on, it bypasses completely the capacitors inside, so you get a completely clean signal. So you get a very crisp, brilliant tone
and
effect.
Once you roll it down a little bit, it engages.
Exactly that. Yeah, beautiful. Again, all the hardware on here is all made by us. Duralinium again, the metal and the brass All this is, it's all metal, all cut to the guitar. And this is actually a splash finish. It's not actually a sparkle, it's actually a splash finish on that particular guitar. And then this is our, I suppose this is our top of the range, as you wish. It's a through neck, you'll see on there. Similar to a Les Paul, but with a few added extras which make it benefit. It's got the volute in there to obviously strengthen the headstock, so none of those breakages which a particular brand are known for. Also, because we have the truss rod adjustment at the bottom, there's no need to dig in and obviously drill out any to make it even more fragile on there. Again, got the 6 individual screws on the nuts, and this has got the finish. It's got a flame maple top with a mahogany body. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, that is Valiant Guitars. So one of the things about the guitar show is there are 30-minute increments. So for 30 minutes, no one can play, and then for 30 minutes, everyone plays. And while those 30 minutes, we're in one now, are quite loud, and everyone's playing a different thing, it really makes you appreciate the 30 minutes where people aren't playing. We're here with Haynes Guitars, Birmingham Guitar Show, and we're going to run through the range. What have you got?
Okay, so we do a range of bolt-on necks, and this is our set neck, which is the SC22. Everything is made in-house. All the pick guards are made out of aluminium. I wind my own pickups. And so we've basically done all the updates you'd expect on a modern bolt-on neck. So, as I said, aluminium pick guards, wound in-house pickups. All the necks have got 2 carbon fibre rods in them, 2-way truss rod. We've got stop-ended frets, an angled headstock, so no need for any string trees. Go-to hardware is standard, and it's all built in-house. We can customise everything, so if you don't like the leaves, a lot of people love the leaves, some people don't like them, a bit Marmite for some people, then we can go block inlays, dots, trapezoids, whatever you require really, so pretty customisable across the range. So yeah, that's it really. And then made just down the road in Banbury, United Kingdom. Okay, so this guitar was reviewed in Guitarist a few months back. It features a chambered older body. We do this guitar as chambered or unchambered, depending on if the customer wants a light guitar or a heavy guitar. Again, it's Haynes wound pickups, my P9 is, and slightly overwound bridge on this baby. It features my inlays, which are falling leaves. They're trees that I see on my way to work in the mornings, what it was based on. So each one of these is a UK native tree leaf. So there you go. Yeah. Aluminium back plates, made in house as well. Mahogany, Honduras mahogany neck. And then we gloss the headstocks up generally. It's a fast matte finish on the back of the neck. So yeah.
That's a 55. Dude, look at the wear and love in this.
So I'm here at Granger Guitars, and we're going to take a little look at what you've got. So you can show us.
Yeah, we try and, with our designs, our models, we try and come up with something that looks familiar, but has got a bit of a different twist to it. So we have numerous models. We have our Hades model, which is the Explorer shape you see here. Then we have our Apollo, which is more of the Super Strat type affair. I mean, that comes in 7s, 6s. We can do pretty much whatever anybody wants. We tend to do custom builds so people can pick their wood choices, pick their tops, pick their body wood, any colours you want, inlays, all that sort of stuff. We have all the, well, not all the hardware, but a lot of the hardware we make ourselves. So all these bridge pieces here, we make ourselves. The fixed bridges, ferrule blocks, knobs. We haven't got into tuners yet, but it's something we're going to look at doing as well. We want to try and produce as much of the guitar ourselves as we can. So at the moment we do the majority of it. We've got designs for headless bass bridge saddles as well, and we wind our own pickups as well. Everything here has got our own pickups in. We can wind those to whatever spec anybody wants. So it's a case of what you can imagine. We can pretty much do. We CNC everything, so it's a case of modelling it up. If you want certain inlays doing, it's not a problem.
And how much does something like, what's the starting price for a Granger?
They range from anywhere from like 1,600 quid up to 3.5, depending what wood choices you have, what work there is in inlays and things like that. But yeah, it's sort of, that's the range. It starts around the 1,600, something more simple. And
great. Okay, thank you. So we're here at Manson Guitar Works, and you've got a very wide range of guitars. Could you run us through a little bit of the brand?
Yes, so we've been making guitars for Matt Bellamy from the band Muse for 25 years. So he's obviously our biggest artist. He bought the company 5 years ago, so he's now the owner of Manson's. So a lot of our guitars are based around stuff like that. So we've just launched this series of guitars, which is the M series, based on Matt Bellamy's stage guitars. This is his shape, the MB shape. All feature a sustainer system. Pickups made in-house by Simon Thorne, who creates all our pickups. So that's the mid-range price guitars. We've got our lower-end price guitars, entry-level guitars, which are made by the Cork factory in Indonesia.
And these also have the sustainer?
This one has the sustainer and the Zevex fuzz factory installed. So like the
pedal is in the guitar?
Yeah. So do you know the song Plug-in Baby? The start of that song where he does that sort of pitch sweep? That's what that is. So that's the fuzz factory in there. The guitar I just showed you is our mid-price guitar, which is built in the Czech factory. Then we go all the way up to our UK-built instruments, which are made by the team in the UK, the guys that you see here on the stand. These are all the Matt Bellamy signature guitars. Then round here, if you follow me, we have we just released these recently. This is based.
Oh wow!
This is called the Geo. We just released a limited edition Geo Mask series, which was based on Matthew's stage guitar that he used on the last tour, which was a chrome finish. They were super limited. They sold out in 4 hours, I think. But we've bought this as a showcase. So this is, we call it Simulation Blue because it changes from blue to a purple sort of colour.
And is this made in the UK?
Yeah, all these guitars on the front here are handmade by the team in the UK. So we have the Geo series, then we have this is the Oryx guitar, which we was co-designed with Adam Nolly Get Good. So this one features the bare knuckle signature polymath pickups. They've got a 6-way switching system, so you've got all pickups in series or all pickups in parallel. This is a custom model we did from the standard range with an inlaid flamed redwood top. So if you can see, don't know if you can see that on there, so that the top is actually inset and inlaid into the guitar.
I've never seen anything like that before. That's very cool.
This man's idea, James, who's our CNC and CAD designer. So this is our range of sort of modern metal guitars that we're doing. We just about to release a multi-scale range of guitars. We've got 7-string versions. The Verona Sky on the end was another one of the guitars that Matthew used on the last tour, which is based on a traditional S-type design. So mini humbucker in the bridge, which we wire in parallel. So it's hum cancelling, but still sounds single coil-ish. And the two other single coil setups Goto hardware throughout. This is, we call this the junior range. So it's a more simple pickup. This is a Obeshi body with a thin skin finish. We went for bright, vibrant colours because, just something a bit different from our usual matte blacks and stuff like that. So single pickup, aluminium scratch plate, kill button. It's got a push-push series parallel for the humbucker, so you get a couple of different tones. These are all built in the UK. Again, Goto hardware throughout. With our height adjustable posts, so we have no need for a string tree.
And where does one of these start at price-wise?
So these ones are $13.99 in the UK, and they vary all the way up to something like the Geo Mask and the Simulation Blue is £6,499. So yeah, and everything in between.
Great, well thank you.
Cool.
We're here at the Bare Knuckle booth, and I just found out something that's really cool. Bare Knuckle offer pretty much anything on a pickup.
Yeah, so you dream it, we build it, basically. I mean, people can't really understand that they choose their pickup model, and then after they choose their pickup model, they can customize it. We've got a big range of finishes on our website, but actually we offer a lot of custom finishes as well. So you can send in imagery, photographs, pencil drawings, and we'll digitally redraw that and work with you to create your own bespoke finish just for you. So it's been a lot of fun. Some really, really cool stuff we've done on our social media pages as well. But it's been a lot of fun along the way as well. And you can literally build it for yourself. You can work with us one-to-one on that. We've had flying pigs, honey badgers, birds, people. Someone had their picture of their grandma superimposed on the pickup. We have a Japanese customer who has a heart with his wife's name written in it every time. You don't have to have that. I've got Aerosmith lyrics on my own covers, but you don't have to have Aerosmith lyrics. So yeah, it's a bit of fun really, but you can have literally whatever you want.
Very cool. Well, that's Bare Knuckle at the Birmingham Guitar Show. We're here at Molineaux Guitars, and you're going to tell us a little bit about what you've got.
Yeah, so this is our first Birmingham show, so we've got two models at the minute. We've got the Magpie, which is kind of like your offset Jazzmaster kind of thing, and the Minor, which is obviously based on a telly kind of thing. But the kind of idea is that you go on our website, you fully spec out, perfect timing, you fully spec out what you want, so colours, pickups. We've kind of got like set options that you can have, or if you want something a bit more a bit more quirky, like kind of like this Koa one here, you can just sort of drop us an email and we can kind of do whatever you want kind of thing, which is what you want in a guitar.
I'm here with Dan from Tuffset, and you've got an original offset bridge.
It's quite the original offset guitar bridge, I have to say. It's been a product of about 5 years of my professional life, but the important thing is that it's going to transform your offset guitar. It's the only fully adjustable, fully locking offset guitar bridge with rocking action. And why that is important is that I feel like a lot of people in this space have learned the wrong lessons from the difficulty that people have with the original offset bridges, because they seem to be going for like a fixed post design. And the problem with a fixed post is if you fix these posts, you see, this string is then forced to slide over the saddle. Whereas what should happen is actually, Fender got it right in the first place, I think, is a rocking bridge that grips onto those strings. And now you only have the problem with that rocking bridge if all of those components of the bridge are not adequately locked together and positioned relative to each other. The big problems that you have are with things like keeping the dimensional stability of the bridge. You might it might be playing fine one day and then you go back to it another day and it's just sunk on the posts and you need to raise it, you need to work out what the problem's been. The way we've solved that is to use a fully locking system that's a patented system. The posts lock, but it's really this system here. Can you see that? So we have these small, maybe if we film this one over here, we have these horizontal screws and these vertical screws. And the way that you would use the bridge, essentially, is to unlock the locking screw, and that's going to do a few things. That's going to let you adjust the intonation just by hand. It's also going to allow you to raise or lower the bridge using this screw, and that's going to tighten it up against this wedge. And you see it's actually like kind of pulling it up like a cable car, right? Until that's where you need it, and then you lock it down, and the thing is absolutely solid. It's giving you a full height adjustment range, which will support anything from 5 3/4 of an inch up to 22-inch fretboard radius, which is everything, right? You know, you could stick that on a Jackson Soloist if you've got the bridge thimbles in the body. And it's great, especially for vintage guitars, because there's actually no real knowing whether the fretboard radius is still as it was described, you know, all those years ago when it was made, however many fret levels it's had and stuff over the years. So a lot of those, you know, they can be up to sort of 9, 10, 12 inches at the bridge. And, you know, people going out and buying a fixed radius bridge, you know, and thinking, oh, no, why is my D and G string so high off the fretboard? This gives you a bespoke solution for your guitar that's not gonna sink on its post. You're not gonna have any post sag. You're not gonna have any string skipping issues, and it's gonna rock and give you that authentic vintage vibrato tone, but without the authentic vintage vibrato problems.
Very nice. A problem solved.
Thank you very much.
We're here with Mark from Hilditch Guitars.
That's
and
it.
Mark builds some very nice looking guitars. I've just walked past and he's going to tell us a little bit about them.
Okay. Oh, where do I start? So, all handmade from scratch by myself in my little log cabin. Fully insulated with a radiator as well, most importantly. So even in the cold days, I can keep nice and warm. But yeah, most of my work is sort of custom orders. I do some for stock. So you got the SG here with the matte silver Schaller Lockmeister, the white burst. That's stock. Got the T-type there, which I call a T-bone. That's actually a 27-inch scale baritone. Obviously bass based on a Firebird with a few alterations. Another T-bone here, which is an order in the Flying V. So yeah, that's pretty much it, really.
And if someone was to order one of these, how much would it cost?
So obviously it's a bit of a piece of string question because it depends what specs they want and things like that. But the starting price is £2,000. And then obviously if you want like drop tops, tremolos, gloss finish, that goes up. So if we go back to this T-bone here, that's an example. So that's almost like a base spec. That one would actually be 2,200 because we've got the drop top there, and it's actually a 5-piece laminate neck. But it's an oil and wax finish. So that's almost like a base spec. And then if you go up, you know, upgrade to a Floyd Rose or tremolo, you've got the gloss finish, obviously spec goes up. So, but yeah, if we go to the V as another example, that one you'd be looking at 2,800 for that. But you know, you got the flame top, the binding, EMGs, custom inlays on the fretboard. Yeah. And there's actually, I don't know if it'll pick it up on camera, but the finish is actually like a black pearl on the back.
Oh yeah, there's some sparkle.
Yeah. So.
What's that at the back there?
That is one of my own creations called a Raptor, and it's actually made out of solid walnut and maple in a chessboard pattern. So there you go, if you turn it on the side you can see that it's solid all the way through.
Very cool.
Yeah. And again with the Floyd Rose, it originally had just a normal Strat style trem on. But then I just thought one day that it'd look cool with a Floyd Rose. So obviously it did. Fits with the whole 80s aesthetic. So something Cheap Trick or Skid Row would play.
Very cool, well thank you.
No worries at all.
So I'm outside the show and I just ran into Draco here and
Like
Malfoy, and he's just told me something that kind of made me like step back in awe. and I wanted to share it with you because I think it's cool, and I've got a big smile on my face
It's
because
very
of it. So what did you just say?
So as I said to you, I've been kind of a background fan for a while. I've always kept track, but I've just finished my master's in music business and marketing, and part of my case study was you, among other guitarists, and other YouTubers, but you were one of the main focuses because you're so analytical and you're very, very honest, and you break it apart, and it's almost, from what I see, it seems like a business that you just happen to love and you happen to do your hobby.
If my teachers in school could see this now.
I hope my teachers don't see this. Hi guys.
So we're here at Doro Guitars, and I've just played one of your builds. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, that guitar which you just played, it's named Ellie. Ellie is our artist, so that's her signature guitar. It's custom made with custom pickups, all design, everything I made for customers. So if you have idea about a guitar, you want something particular, then I'm just making for you. So that's why we got so many different shapes, so many different ideas in the head. That's coming to life in here.
I'm here with Johnny from Brelliot Amplifiers.
Hello.
And he's going to show us some of his gear.
Okay, right. I kind of started off mainly with amplifiers. So I started off in about 2013, 2014 making amplifiers, kind of copying Watkins Dominators and copying a few things. And hadn't really done pedals much up until just before lockdown, and then lockdown hit. And so I started making pedals. Then got people wanting that kind of front end sound of an amp to go in with their amp that's going to be going clean all the way up. So there's a kind of level of confusion as to what people want. I want that transparent sound. I want a transparent distortion.
What does that mean?
What a transparent distortion? Well, people think it means lots of different things. But what a transparent distortion is to me is it sounds like it's going into like the gain stage of an amplifier. So when you turn it down, it sounds like you're getting that kind of start of a bite from the preamp start to go into either the bottom section or the top section, and you get that kind of curved and compressive sound of a valve going into distortion.
We're here at Winyard Guitars, and we're going to take a look. You're a custom guitar manufacturer?
Yeah, so we're independent, all built in the UK, in Stratford-upon-Avon, and basically all our guitars are custom builds. We use predominantly bare knuckle pickups, and they're spec to order. So this is one of our main models. This is what we call the Stealth Caster. It's really cool. So like I said before, everything's custom ordered. You've actually got 2 single coil pickups hidden under here, made specifically for us by bare knuckle. Basically all our guitars, like I said, custom order. You can choose exactly what you want. Pickups, hardware, wiring configuration. It's all tailor-made for you.
And how much would something like this set you back?
So prices vary, but prices start around 2 to 3 grand, something like that. But again, this depends on the specs. But we do everything from very nice flame maple, older bodies, we do ebony boards, stainless steel frets. A bit of everything. This is another one of our models. This is the Diamond Caster, and this is basically our take on a thin line telly. So again, much like the Stealth Casters, you can choose the finish. We do a couple of different finishes, and much like the other guitars, these are custom orders. Bare knuckle again, even though we've got our Winyard branding on this pickup. Choose anything you want, DiMarzio, EMG, you name it, it's yours.
Alright, it's just gone 5 o'clock. That's closing time for the Birmingham Guitar Show. And that's me done for the day. It's on tomorrow, but I should probably give you my closing thoughts on the show. Well, I'm back home now, and this video is being uploaded a little bit later than I was hoping to, but that extra delay has given me some time to ponder more on my experience at the guitar show. And it's actually given me a whole new perspective on the NAMM show, so much so that I plan on making a whole separate video talking about the comparisons and the big differences between the UK's biggest guitar show and the annual NAMM show, so look out for that video in the near future. But in a very brief closing thought about the guitar show, I had a good time. I was only there for the one day, and it was very busy. It was kind of like a guitar shop, and in more ways than one. Like, there are guitar shops and as vendors selling guitars and pedals and such, so it is somewhat like a guitar shop, and it's completely open to the public. I think I paid like £15 for the ticket, so it's affordable, and I saw multiple full families for a day out at the guitar show, which was something that you just don't really see at like the NAMM show, for example. But I digress. I'll be talking about that topic in a whole other video. But I had a really good time. I enjoyed seeing the smaller builders, the builders that I had never heard of before, and then I get to see their builds right there and then. Now, apologies about some of the sound quality on the guitar recordings. It was very difficult to record at the show. I was on my own. I did have some help with sometimes people at booths would offer to hold the camera, so thank you to those people. And I also ran into a guy called Draco who really helped me out recording some of the booth walkthroughs, so a big thank you to him. But in closing, if you're in Birmingham or the locality, or even a little bit further afield, after all, I travelled from Ireland to go to this show, I do think it's worth the visit. It's a fun day out, it's a fun experience, and I met a lot of people who had travelled even further than me actually, or at least spent longer travelling, and they all were enjoying themselves too. And I do hope that you enjoyed the coverage as well, and if you did, make sure to drop a like on this video. And if you really did like the video, you can subscribe as well. And actually make sure to subscribe if you're not already, so that you don't miss out on that comparison between the NAMM show and the guitar show. Two very different animals, but a lot of similarities, and some important differences too. But anyway, we'll leave that for another video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.